Yo, what's going on, Planet S.O.N family? It's your main man, JD. Thank you for tuning in. This is Drinks with JD. My main man, Cash.
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Thank you so much for being here on Drinks with JD.
It's a pleasure.
I appreciate you.
Absolutely.
No doubt.
Pleasure.
All right, so since it's our first time sitting down together, can you please introduce yourself to the Planet S.O.N audience? Can you please let them know who you are, what you do, and where you're from?
Absolutely. So I go by Cash. Also go by Cash Mr. 714. And I'm from Santa Ana, California. And I'm an artist, I'm a rapper, an entrepreneur. I mean, there's just so many different things that I dabble in, but my passion is music, and that's what I do. I'm an artist.
That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about.
Thank you.
All right, man. Do you mind if I could take it back a little bit?
Yeah.
All right. So, first song that I heard from you was back in 2017, right? And when I heard it, I was like, man, this dude got some flow. This is amazing. So I started just looking you up, and ever since then, since 2017 to today, I mean, you've done so much, right? From dropping different singles with different artists from different states in the United States. You've also grown your presence on the internet, right? As far as from your streams to even right now, you got over 5,000 monthly listeners on Spotify. Yes, and even all together, your videos and your tracks have been viewed over 1 million times.
Yes, sir.
So, like I said, from 2017 to today, how proud are you of yourself for accomplishing so much in your hip hop career?
Man, that's a question that I've never been asked, bro. That's a good question. I'm definitely proud of myself, myself, my team, people around me. It's been a long journey, and like you said, my internet presence, my social media presence and streams all show the results of the hard work and, the dedication, the investment, the time, the money, all the long nights in the studio doing shows, like whatever it is that is music related. It's like I'm on top of it, so it's showing. This year has definitely been huge for me. The last 2 years actually have been pretty big for me, and I'm definitely proud of what I've been able to accomplish, and it's just motivating me to get so much more done, and not only for myself, but to be able to open up doors for others, because that's the biggest thing that I want to do, man.
That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about. And what about your family and your closest friends? Do they support you? Do they encourage you?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I touch on this quite a bit on in my social media sometimes, and it's not to bash on anyone, but it's sort of to kind of shed light and motivate others, because when you're an artist and you're doing something that requires you to kind of isolate yourself and separate yourself from the normal day-to-day things that everyone else kind of does, or the normal lifestyle that everyone else lives, where it's like, you work and then you party on the weekends and you go back to work, and as an artist, you're usually working more towards the end of the week, and during the week you're more relaxed. So,
exactly.
A lot of people have difficulty kind of grasping the idea of my lifestyle. So, of course, there's support. I mean, there's nobody telling me, hey, you shouldn't do what you're doing, or because obviously they see that it's working.
Yeah.
But I think the biggest thing to take from that is that you shouldn't expect it. It shouldn't be something that as an artist you should expect your friends, your close ones, anyone to really support you. The majority of the time, love comes from strangers and people that don't know you, have never met you, and that's just how it is when you're an artist. But it's not something where it's like, people are telling me to quit, or it's not something that's affecting me negatively. But at the end of the day, it wouldn't bother me if people weren't supporting. But shout out to my family, my friends, everybody that's close to me, because they're people that come to my shows, and they listen to my music, they share it, and I know who those people are. So I definitely feel the support.
That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about. So let's also take it back before we get into the music a little bit. Well, you know how you mentioned how you're from Santa Ana?
Yes, sir.
Right? So where specifically were you born and raised within Santa Ana?
Well, the city of Santa Ana has a street called Santana Boulevard.
Okay.
And it runs basically from like downtown Santa Ana to like basically where the next city, which is Garden Grove, Westminster, kind of starts. And that's where I grew up, is downtown Santa Ana.
Mm-hmm.
And it divides a lot of different, it's like the center of the city, and it divides every other little region of Santa Ana. So I was right there, right in the middle. I went to Garfield Elementary, Sierra Intermediate, and Santa Ana High School. So, you know, that's something that to this day, it's where I'm from, is where I was created, that's the city that made me who I am. So even though I live out here in the IE area, that Santa Ana is in my heart, you know. So that's my city.
That's what I'm talking about, man. Now, I guess just so you know how you're mentioning your family a little bit right now. Can I ask, where are your parents from? From
Mexico City.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's where they were born, and then, you know, they came here obviously for better opportunities, and I'm grateful and thankful that they did that, because, you know, that's how I'm here where I'm at now. And yeah, I mean, my background is pretty diverse as far as like what I was listening to growing up, but being from Mexico City, I think anyone that's from there would know how crazy it is down there. So,
no doubt. And both your parents are from Mexico City?
Yeah, well, they met in Mexico City. My mom was actually originally born in Guerrero.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and my dad was born in Mexico City, but my mom moved to Mexico City when she was a very, very little girl, and she lived there basically her whole life, even though she was born in Guerrero.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, they're from Mexico City.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's what they claim. You know?
Yeah, for sure. No doubt.
For sure.
Okay. So, growing up, were you ever interested in something else other than music?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, as a kid, it's like you're a little sponge. You know, you're learning. I was into soccer. I was into, acting. Man, there's so many different things that I was coaching a little league kids soccer team, just a bunch of different things. But eventually, you know, when the music started really making some noise for me, I was like, you know what, this is it. But
like, this is what I want to do.
I dabbled in a couple other things. I'd say mostly, you know, soccer, sports. If I wouldn't have been an artist, I'd be chasing maybe not a player, like a professional soccer player, but, you know, like a coach, or like I was in college. I was actually studying kinesiology.
Wow.
So I was you know, thinking about, like, you know, being like a physical therapist, or like helping players recover from injuries, or, you know, and because when they get injured, it's not only physical, it's just a lot of mental health that goes into that. So I was really getting into that, on how to like help players kind of like maintain through their injuries and stuff. But like I said, once the music started kicking off, man, I was like, tunnel vision.
No doubt.
Everything else just went out the window.
That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about. Now, when did you know that you were interested in music?